Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, Minister Communication, Information Technology and Law, Sri Kapil Sibal, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Lok Sabha, Srimati Sushma Swaraj, Minister of State in the Prime Minister's Office, Sri V. Narayan Swamy, Sri T.K. Nair, Advisor to Prime Minister, Sri Ajit Seth, Cabinet Secretary, Sri Pradeep Kumar, Central Vigilance Commissioner, Sri G.M. Gaur, Vigilance Commissioner, former Central Vigilance Commissioners, Lokayuks coming from the states, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to have the opportunity to inaugurate this seminar being organized on the occasion of the Golden Jubilee of Central Vigilance Commission. This was established in 1964 on this day. 50 years have passed. Surely 50 years is not a very long time in the life of an organization, but nonetheless, it gives us an opportunity to pause, to reflect where we began, where we are now today, and what is our objective to which we want to reach. I have no doubt during your deliberations in the seminar, the clear objectives for future and also self-assessment of the performance during all these years will be undertaken. I congratulate all Central Vigilance Commissioners, past and present, as well as staff who have worked for the CVC over the years, for their commendable service to the nation. It is fitting the Department of Posts has decided to release a stamp on this important occasion. I congratulate Minister for taking this decision. I also commend the CVC for bringing out a coffee table book on the occasion. Central Vigilance Organization was first constituted by the Government of India through a resolution in the year 1964, following a debate in the Parliament in 1962. Members of Parliament expressed concern over corruption in public administration and sought remedial measures. Consequently, the then Home Minister, Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri, set up a committee to look into the matter under the chairmanship of Sri K. Shantanam. Shantanam Committee identified 4 major causes for corruption: their administrative delays, government taking upon itself more than what it could manage by way of regulatory functions, scope for personal discretion in the exercise of powers vested in different categories of government officials, and cumbersome procedures in dealing with various matters which were of importance to citizens in their day-to-day matter. The sad reality is, none of these problems have gone away. 50 years later, they continue to plague our governance system. The CVC was the result of the Shantanam Committee's recommendation that an apex body be set up for exercising general superintendence over vigilance administration in government. Over the years, successive governments have progressively strengthening the institutional framework for addressing corruption with the establishment in the Central Bureau of Investigation, the Directorate of Enforcement, state anti-corruption agencies and locayuts. The legal framework was also expanded with the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988, Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, supplementing the Indian Penal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code. Further, transparent policies of recruitment and promotion were drawn up. Elaborate conduct rules have been established to promote integrity in public service. The Supreme Court and High Courts have also brought public interest litigation contributed to the battle against nepotism and corruption. As Prime Minister has mentioned, Vineet Naran's case is an important landmark judgment which gives clear direction in respect of handling the corruption and strengthening the institutional framework.